Hi, my name's Audrey Whitman.
I'm Eric Whitman.
And we're from Hollister, Missouri. And we work in the mining industry. We do safety consulting. I got into hunting through FFA. I was on the shooting team and went on a couple hunts with friends. And then when I met Eric, I really liked archery with elk. It was just a whole nother world. And I just got really addicted to hunting.
I got into hunting when I was young with my grandpa and my dad. They all did rifle hunting, and then in high school, I started archery hunting with my aunt and uncle and been hunting ever since. We're in Wyoming, and I drew this tag. It's supposed to be like a kind of a migration hunt, but it's pretty dry and hot here, so it hasn't been very much of a migration lately. Hopefully that'll kick off. This is the first time we've been in the unit. I did a bunch of e-scouting and talked to game warden and found some spots that were going to be good places to start. And we've been scouting for the last couple of days up here, driving roads and checking to see if we can find deer. We haven't seen very many deer the first couple of days. This morning we finally started seeing quite a few does and some small bucks, so hopefully we'll be able to find a shooter buck. We're looking for a pretty decent 4-point, something better than what I have at home. So. So this morning, we got up early, had to change flat tire, and we still got up in time to our hunting area before daylight, and got to a good glassing spot.
There's a deer up there in this one.
Right away, we've seen quite a few deer, 3 smaller bucks, and I don't know, 6 or 8 does. We found some pretty good spots that we're gonna keep watching, so should be good.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way we'll get buried up here and then hunt's over. I think we can get down the hill and back up. I just don't know if we can get through the bottom. It's like a swamp down there. Bummer. We've been kind of glassing along this road here, driving along glassing. We've seen a few deer. We found a spot that is kind of in between two roads, and there's a pretty good gap there. So we're gonna hike up in here and see if we can kind of get to some deer that people have been driving by. So see how it goes. Audrey had to leave. She had like a work emergency that she had to go take care of. So she's not going to be with us for the rest of the hunt, which is, that's a bummer. But we're going to carry on and try and get a buck. We'll be here for a few more days. It's about 10 o'clock. We're getting some dinner. We got into quite a few deer and some elk tonight in a big sagebrush flat that we walked into. We're going to go back in there tomorrow morning. We were quite a ways away from the action. We were about 1,500 yards away. We saw 3 bucks tonight. Didn't look like they were shooters, but it was a long ways off, so we couldn't tell for sure. So we're going to go up there and see if we can get a closer look tomorrow.
having fun walking over there. Maybe a three-point walk out there. Unless he gets like 100 yards away and baits me into it, then I will. He's still in there, so we'll see if we can get a shot on him. I couldn't tell. I don't know how big he is. I was pretty close to pulling the trigger, though. So this morning we got up here before daylight. Right away we started seeing deer. Saw four bucks and a ton of does. Right about 8:30 we seen another buck take off down to this little patch of timber out in the middle of this sagebrush flat, and we went over there to see if we could see if he came out the other side or not. He was actually in the timber. We had him at about 50 yards, and I could have killed him, but I couldn't tell exactly how big he was, so we didn't shoot. And then so we have him bedded down in that timber. We think. We can't see all the sides, but I think he's in there. So we're thinking about waiting him out or trying to sneak up and see if we can see him in there. We're not sure if he's a shooter yet, so we're still deciding on what to do. See if we can get on the other side of these trees, see if that buck's on the other side, right before it gets dark. We waited him out all day and
sat there at night and he never came back out. He just stayed in there. So they're not coming out in the evening. It doesn't seem like very early. They're waiting until dark. But the mornings it seems like they're staying out a little bit later. So we're gonna try and see if we can find him tomorrow. And hopefully he's a decent buck. Our game plan is to get up just a little bit earlier, get up there a little bit sooner, and then kind of be a little more mobile and move around a little bit more so we're not missing any bucks. Heck yeah. Sweet. So we got up here this morning to our normal glassing spot, and we weren't seeing a lot of deer. We saw some does, and we decided to come across this point we were at yesterday. On our way over there, we stopped and just glassed this other little flat. I just happened to see the tips of these buck's antlers sticking above the sagebrush at like 100 yards, laying down right there. So we squatted down, and in the meantime, he's on his feet. He's already getting nervous. He's getting ready to take off. I ended up taking the first shot like probably 150. He was heading out. He was walking away, and I shot him again, finished him off. So he looked like he was pretty good. So we'll find out when we get there.